Well, let's head to Queensland now. Joining us live is the Chief of Staff of Pauline Hanson's One Nation, James Ashby, in beautiful Yeppoon for us. James, how's the vibe?
Oh, it's lovely. 27 degrees, nice and warm out here, and we've got sunshine, Peter. I think a lot of people would rather be at the beach where I am rather than be here voting, but a lot of families coming down, and it's surprising the turnout's been very, very, very strong all day. It hasn't peaked and troughed.
Right, so what are the folks telling you today, James?
Very little. It's surprising how fewer conversations people want to strike up over this conversation. Those who have had the courage to say anything have been very strong in their opinions. They're very disappointed that they've been forced to choose between a yes and a no vote here. They feel as though this should never have been put to the Australian people in the first place. A lot of people unhappy with the Prime Minister because of that. But you get the odd nod on the way out from people saying, I knew how I was going to vote. I didn't need your how-to-vote card, but thanks for being here.
It's interesting
of all the volunteers.
Yes, sorry, James. Interesting that you say that, that people aren't, having many discussions while in the queues, and Crystal just said the same thing over in Perth. I mean, why do you think that is?
I think people have made their mind up. They've made this up weeks before. This has been ongoing. This has been, we only generally have to put up with a general election for 6 weeks. We have all had to put up with the arguments from both sides now for 6 months or more. That's why people are upset. I may make an observation here, Peter. I'm at a school here in Tarangambar, which is in Yeppoon. It's a school of about 800 students. They've got an Aboriginal attendance rate of about 11%, and yet there is not one Aboriginal representative on the yes side on this polling booth. So it does strike me as strange in our neck of the woods here why there aren't Aboriginals on these polling booths to try and encourage people to vote yes. In fact, there's more Aboriginals coming to this booth saying, no, we're not voting yes.
Right. I mean, I just assumed that, if there's a lot of people on the no side of things who didn't want to talk about it, because it's true that some folks might think that they'd be accused of being racist.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are worried about. They just put their heads down and come through. It's generally on their way out. They let you know how they voted. It's pretty obvious when they come out.
Hey, we've had a few Labor front benchers who've been on the program today, and they've been hammering the opposition for negative tactics, divisive tactics over the past several months now. What's your reaction to that?
Well, there should be no negativity from either side here. At the end of the day, when this decision is cast in stone, we've had 44 referendums over the history of this nation since Federation in 1901, of which only 8 have ever been successful. It was a big ask to get this up. The Australian people generally get things right. In this circumstance, I think after tonight, we'll have a definitive answer on whether people want constitutional recognition and whether they want to establish a separate voice for Indigenous people. Apathy is a big thing. We don't want people sitting at home. If they're watching the program and they still haven't voted, you will face a fine if you don't vote. The best thing is go and cast it. It's only a few minutes. Walk into the polling booth. It's very simple. You write no or yes. You've only got 2 options.
And just to wrap here, I mean, if it is unsuccessful, the likes of Peter Dutton, the likes of Pauline Hanson are going to get blamed by the government for driving that divisive language. Are you expecting that?
Well, I don't think so. I don't think if that's the tactic Labor want to undertake over the next couple of months, they will find themselves on the wrong side of the argument with the Australian people. Don't forget the Prime Minister only made government with a primary vote or a first preference vote of 33%. He's only hanging in there as government because he's got the cooperation of the Greens there. I think if he doesn't behave himself and if he doesn't try and move forward and unite the country as should have been his objective from the beginning, he will only alienate more of those people who may have voted for him in the last election, but they'll move well and truly away from him if he continues to divide the nation. I think there's 2 things the people of this country want to hear from the Prime Minister tonight. One is an apology for what he's put this country through, and the second will be his resignation as Prime Minister. I don't think there's a long future for Anthony Albanese following this referendum.
OK, we shall see. James Ashby from Yeppoon in central Queensland. Thanks, James.